Jakob Dresler putting in a good jump for Team Czech Republic there, which could get them potentially, well, they're the only team so far to have had all three members jump, so it gives them a total of 205.3. 205.3 is where they are. Remember, only the top 4 from this round of 8 teams will progress to the next round and have a chance at medals today. Julien Dubois for Team Canada 2. Goes off the single kicker or the smaller kicker, but gets a double somersault in. Double backflip. We saw him do the same jump in the men's single competition yesterday. So a good solid performance from the Canadian youngster. A double backflip off the smaller jump with a great landing as well. So that'll be a decent score. A little bit more difficulty than the single flips off that small jump. Czech Republic lead at the moment with 205.3 as a team total after all three jumpers have come down. And that is 161.53 for Canada 2 as they slot up into second place. The host nation next to jump. Neville Erb for Switzerland. Lines up on the double kicker. As I was saying, the action limited to double somersaults today rather than the triple somersaults that we would see at World Cup, but still some great jumping from the juniors, and that was a solid jump from Neville. A full, a double twisting, double back somersault. Here on a jump site that the Swiss, of course, know well. They use this site for a lot of out-of-season training. So Neville knows this jump site well, happy with his surroundings, and he'll be happy with that jump. Looking for a place then for his team in the top 4 to make the cut through to today's final. Let's see how it stacks up from the judges. Their scores for air, form, and landing multiplied by the difficulty score. Well, unfortunately, we don't get a graphic for the scores at the moment, so we're kept guessing momentarily at this stage. Oh, maybe we will. That was Bodan at the top getting ready to go. Well, Switzerland do go into the lead. A healthy lead, 220.29. So they've got a good chance of making it through to the final today. Obviously, we still have 5 teams to jump, so things could change. But at the moment, Switzerland, they're leading on 220.29. Czech Republic in second with a 205.3. And Canada 2 down on 161.53 in third place. Team United States, Bodan Napolitano. Keeps it clean as well. Not quite as smooth as the jumps that we saw from him yesterday, but ultimately managed to get a clean jump in. So he keeps his team in the race, and he'll be happy about that. Full twist in the first flip, and again in the second. Just a little break of form before he came into land. He needed to adjust to get his skis into exactly the right position to be able to ski that jump. So we saw there the little bend of the legs and the break in form. But not a lot for the judges to take away really there. The air was good. The landing was good. The degree of difficulty reasonably high with the double twisting, double back. So that will be a good scoring jump for his team. Team USA, along with Catherine McEnany and Gavin Canzano. Let's see where this score puts them. Czech Republic Well, actually, United States, they go into the lead. They edge the Swiss team down into second. 225.54. The new lead score. So USA lead, Switzerland in second, Czech Republic now in third. Remember, it is only the top 4 that make the final and get the opportunity to jump again for the medals today. Let's see how Team Kazakhstan 2 gets on. Roman Pogosian. And again, another solid double twisting, double back somersault there. Here at the Junior Mixed Team Aerials Championships. To remind you, there are 3 members per team. Mixed team, so the team's made up of women and men today. And that is a great double twisting, double back somersault from Roman Pogosian for Team Kazakhstan 2 there. Nice straight body position throughout the flight. Good air time as well, so you'll get some good air points from the judges for that trick. A 3.525 difficulty rating for that maneuver. 3.525, the number that is multiplied by the judges' score to give a total for the jump. Well, that puts them up into 189. Just over 189 points. So they're sitting in that 4th place position at the moment. Team USA still lead. Let's see what Team Ukraine can do. They've had good performances so far, thanks to Diana Lablonska and Mikita Torensky. This is Roman Bondarchuk, their 3rd athlete down, with a double full and a very clean landing. So that will be a big scoring jump. Double full. It's a double flip, a double twist in the first flip, a single twist in the second. A lot of action in that jump. One of the more difficult tricks of the competition so far. Getting that 720 straight in off the kicker. And then into the 360. And what a smooth landing that was. So great jumping from Roman of Team Ukraine. Bondarchuk was a super finalist yesterday, finishing up in 6th place. Didn't have so much luck. He certainly challenged for a podium place at times. And we'll see where that puts his team. Team Ukraine await their total score there, as he is their 3rd athlete down. And it puts them into the lead, 243.84, the new lead score, as Team Ukraine bump Team USA down into 2nd spot. That means that Kazakhstan are now out of the top 4, as are Canada 2. This is Canada 1. Now remember, Alexandra Montminy crashed her first jump. Elliot Primo had a brilliant jump in his round. This is Elliot Beauregard for Canada 1. It's going to need to be special if they're going to get into that top 4. And it is special. That is a great jump. A clean execution, a clean landing, a good degree of difficulty from Elliot Beauregard of Canada. The question is, will that jump be enough to make up for the mistakes the unfortunate mistakes made by Alexandra Montminy in that first round? Double full from Elliot Beauregard. He missed out on the podium yesterday, finishing up in 4th place in the men's aerials competition. A fantastic jumper, and that puts Canada up into 2nd place. So that means that they have indeed managed to get themselves into that the top 4. They will be in the final. Beauregard has a chance now of getting onto a podium here at the World Junior Championships. There is only one team left remaining and one athlete. Din Muhammad Ramkulov, silver medalist yesterday for Kazakhstan, won. Beautiful jumping. Oh, he loses it at the bottom of the hill. Now, he will lose some landing points for that, but in actual fact, he landed the jump pretty much perfectly. Was taken by surprise by something. Hit a snow chunk or something at the bottom of the hill there that took him out. But we'll take a look back at that landing in a minute. He did actually manage to ski away clean from the trick itself. Double, full. Beautiful jumping. That would, and still possibly could, be the highest scoring trick of the round. Superb form from the former World Junior Champion. He won the competition last year in single aerials. Only managed second place yesterday, but not bad. And that jump was absolutely superb. He did land it clean, didn't touch any hands, skied away, and then right at the bottom of the hill got tripped by something or other. So be interesting to see what the judges make of that. A high degree of difficulty for that trick. And it puts his team into second place. That is a disappointment for Switzerland. They get bumped down into fifth. And United States hold on in fourth place, just making it through to that final. What a shame for the host nation, Switzerland, that they get bumped out of that top four. It is only the top four teams that will progress through to the next round. And that is a bit of a disappointment for the host nation, Switzerland. There's some good jumping in that round from all of their team, and such a shame that they just didn't make that top four cut. Brilliant jumping from Din Muhammad Ramkulov there, though, to get his team up into second place in that first round. It's a clean slate for the next round. The scores go back to 0, and it is simply the best 3 jumps that will win the title. We should get a graphic up in a moment where we can have a look at the way things stack up for those top 4. But we know that Ukraine were the winners of that round. They will go through, of course, to the final, along with Team Kazakhstan, who we just saw there. Kazakhstan Team 1, that is, the team of Ardana Makanova, Azalkan Hassan, and Din Muhammad Ramkulov. Hassan and Ramkulov, of course, the first and second place finishers yesterday in the single aerials. So packing some action in Team Kazakhstan 1, no question about that. And there is how the points stack up. 243.84. The win in that first round from Ukraine. Kazakhstan 1, Canada 1, and United States of America. They are the 4 qualifying teams for this mixed team World Junior Championship event. Grave disappointment for Switzerland, just out of that top 4, dropping down into 5th place. Czechia in 6, Kazakhstan 2 in 7, and Canada 2 in 8. So the athletes from those top 4 qualifying teams will get themselves back to the top of the hill now. And they each get to take one more jump to decide the World Mixed Team Freestyle Junior Champions for 2026 here in Airolo. So that is the first round of the mixed team competition out of the way. 8 teams are down to 4 here at the mixed team aerials competition. Remember that a little later on today at lunchtime, we will have the dual mogul team competition on the bumps course as well. And then tomorrow, the dual moguls competition itself to be run to conclude the World Junior Freestyle Championships here. So just a few moments, of course, preparation ahead of the second round of the final. 4 teams are through to the next round of the competition. 3 athletes per team in the mixed team aerials competition. 1 jump from each team member. The 3 scores creating a team total to decide the champion today. We are here at the FIS Freestyle Junior World Championships presented by Refisen and the municipalities of Airolo and Quinto. Here in the south of Switzerland, close to the famous St. Gotthard Pass. Not too far away from the Italian border and not too far away from the Milano Cortina Olympic Games, which ran just last month. It's been a big season for the International Ski Federation, with those Olympic Games being hosted, and for the freestyle disciplines in the Alpine Italian town of Livigno. Not too far away from where we are, not too far away over the Italian border. This 4-day competition that sees 357 athletes ranging in age from 14 to 19 and representing 21 nations in the disciplines of freestyle aerials and moguls. Thursday saw the single moguls, yesterday the single aerials. Today it is the mixed team competitions for aerials and dual mogul. And tomorrow will be the dual mogul event itself to conclude the 2026 Freestyle Ski World Junior Championships here in Airolo. We have 4 teams remaining in the competition at this stage in the mixed team aerials event. Those teams are the United States, Canada 1, Ukraine, and Kazakhstan 1. That second round of the competition coming along in a few short moments. Just as the final parts of preparation are made to that in-run and to the jumps, it looks like we've got an athlete up on the hill getting ready to go on the aerials hill, perhaps, is there? I'm not sure. But it won't take too long. Competition underway. And there'll be 3 athletes jumping for 4 teams. Only the top 3 teams, of course, to make it onto the podium. So we are just on a holding pattern right now, waiting for the second round of competition for the mixed team aerials event at the FIS Freestyle Ski World Junior Championships 2026 in Airolo, Switzerland. The athletes making their way back to the top of the in-run there. We can see a couple of them preparing, getting ready to jump. They'll be jumping in reverse order of their qualifying positions. So it'll be Team USA, I think, who will get their proceedings underway with Catherine McEnany. She'll be lining up on that double kicker just now, I think. The USA team just making the cut to the top 4 from that first round of 8 teams. Switzerland dropping out into 5th place, unfortunately. A shame not to see the host nation represented in this mixed team event today. But that is the way it goes. It was a close run thing. But Team USA did just make that cut. And I think it will be Team USA who get the competition underway. As the teams will probably, I think, be jumping in reverse order of their qualifying positions. The course just on hold at the moment for some as yet unknown reason, but I'm sure it will not be too long before the aerialists hit those jumps, take to the air, and get this mixed team aerials final underway. A single jump for each of the 3 team members to decide the champions today. The team's made up of mixed athletes, women and men, competing together to combine their scores for a team total. And there is Catherine McEnany of the USA, lining up on the double kicker, waiting to get this final underway. Looks like she's had the nod that the jumps are open and the competition is on. The scores are back to 0. It's a clean slate. Simply the best 3 jumps will win the day. Team USA get their account underway. Catherine McEnany. A lay tuck, A little bit of an over-rotation, but critically she holds on to that jump, doesn't touch her hand on the landing. So good jumping from her. And the fact that she didn't make any mistakes or touch a hand on landing means that their hopes are still alive of a podium place today. A nice straight layout position in the first trick. Tuck position in the second. She just wheelies out of the trick a little bit. She's on the tails of the skis, but it was a pretty quick recovery. So she'll be docked a few landing points for that. But overall, that is a fairly solid start to the finals for Team USA. Thanks to Catherine McEnany. She's all smiles as her work at the Junior World Championships is now over. She can sit back and support her teammates Gavin Canzano and Bodan Napolitano, who will be jumping in the next subsequent rounds. 59.02 then, the score for the first team member for Team USA as the finals here get underway in Airolo. Next up, it looks like the Canadians, Alexandra Montmigny. Now, Montmigny is a good jumper, but she made mistakes in the last round. Thanks to Elliot Primo and Elliot Beauregard, though, they jumped so well that they managed to get their team through to the top four. And she will be looking to set the record straight here with a double-double on the double kicker. She just gets a clean landing in. Slightly scrappy in form, but a high degree of difficulty for yesterday's silver medalist, Alexandra Montmigny of Team Canada 1. The legs bent, the form a little scrappy, but critically, she gets a clean landing in. There's a higher degree of difficulty. That's a higher degree of difficulty than the jump we saw from McEnany of Team USA. But the form wasn't as good. The scores will be relatively close at this point, I believe. The Canadian with the higher degree of difficulty, but the American with slightly better form. So that'll wind up to being relatively close at this stage in the competition. Remember, these teams are made up of 3 athletes, and all 3 jumps count towards the team total that will decide the medals today. So it is down to the other team members now. For Canada 1, Elliot Primo and Elliot Beauregard. That then the total. She does go into the lead, does Montmigny. As we look back up top for Ardana Makanova of Kazakhstan. Ardana Makanova teamed up with Azalkan Hassan, yesterday's gold medalist. And she gets their team final account underway with a nice, simple layout back somersault. No mistakes, good form. A low degree of difficulty, but a well-executed jump. And it's a good, solid, safe start for Team Kazakhstan 1. Remember, they've got yesterday's gold and silver medalists in their team. So the fireworks will come in the next 2 rounds for Team Kazakhstan 1. But what they do need is a good, clean, solid start from their first team member, down Makanova. And that's exactly what she does with that back layout. Doesn't take any risks. Doesn't go too high, doesn't go too difficult, just plays it safe for the team. So she won't be up there on the same sort of score as the Americans or Canadians just at this stage. She does go into 3rd place there, you see. Team Canada still lead thanks to Alexandra Montmigny's full. But remember, it is all of the scores added together that make the difference. Diana Yablonska for Team Ukraine. Next to jump. She's teamed up with Mikita Tarhaninsky and Roman Bondarchuk. She's lining up on a double, so going for a bigger degree of difficulty. Full. It's the biggest degree of difficulty that we'll see from the women today. We'll see a few of the female athletes performing that trick, the double twisting, double back somersault. but it packs a punch for Team Ukraine. It means that their degree of difficulty across all three athletes will be bigger than any other teams, I think. I think that's what that will mean. The fact that Diana Jablonska there got the full in means that they will have the highest DD across the 3 jumps. That's and that was a clean landing from Diana. And a good start to the competition. Or a good start to the final, I should say, for Team Ukraine. I think that will probably put them into the lead position, because the form on that jump was just a little better than the jump that we saw from Alexandra Montmigny. Montmigny did the same trick, but the form wasn't as good, and it does put her into the lead. So Team Ukraine lead after the first round of jumps. Canada in second. As we go back up top for the second team members now. Team USA, Gavin Canzano, next to jump. Looking like he's going for a full. Remember, we saw a late tuck from his teammate, Catherine McEnany. Canzano hits the jump, flies high, and gets a super clean landing in on that one. So that keeps the United States team in contention for a victory today. And puts the pressure on the other 3 teams. Really nice, solid takeoff. 360 in the first flip, a 360 in the second. And just nails that landing. Great jumping from Gavin. So that there sets the standard for this mixed team final today. 2 clean jumps for the USA. 143.12 the lead score there then. Canadians next to jump. Elliot Primo looking like he is intending a higher degree of difficulty. Remember, we've already seen Alexandra Montmigny put a little bit of a scrappy but cleanly landed jump in first time round. This needs to be a bit special to hold off the challenge of the Americans. It's not bad. It's a high degree of difficulty. A higher degree of difficulty, in fact, than Gavin Canzano's jump. There was a little fault on the landing as he slightly over-rotated. But with that higher degree of difficulty in that full double full, so 360 in the first flip, wraps in the 720 in the second flip. Little bit of an over-rotation on landing, but no hand faults. And I think the higher degree of difficulty will make up for that. So that'll be a decent score for the Canadians. Team Canada won. It'll go pretty close to where the Americans are in the race to the podium in this mixed team aerials competition. Only one team member to jump now in this second round of jumps. So the first team members have jumped. 3 of the second team members have jumped. And there's 1 second team member waiting up top. That'll be Azalkan Asan, yesterday's gold medalist. So we could, again, at that stage, potentially see a change in the lead. We might see a change in the lead right now. Team USA on the top spot at this stage. Sorry, Team Canada go in ahead there. They do indeed go ahead of the Canadians, 154.1. Thanks to that jump from Elliot Primo. So Canada lead, USA in second. What will that Team Kazakhstan 1 do in response to this? This is Azalkan Asan, the newly crowned World Junior Champion, yesterday's gold medalist, looking confident as he drops down on the in-run. but he goes over the back on the landing, and that throws Team Kazakhstan's chance of a medal today into question. What a shame. Remember, we saw their first team member down, Ardana Makanova, putting in a nice, clean and simple back somersault, one of the easiest tricks in the book. Azalkan Asan, yesterday's gold medalist, takes the bigger risks with the big degree of difficulty, but he crashes out on the landing, and that means that they won't challenge the lead at this stage. Gets a double full in. That was the most complex maneuver that we've seen in the competition so far. 1440 degrees of rotation. A 720 in the first flip and a 720 in the second. So he took the big risks, really going for gold again on that one. But the risk on this occasion did not pay off with that over-rotated landing. And despite the huge degree of difficulty of that trick, I think those landing mistakes will probably mean that Canada stay in the lead, and they do. United States in second. Kazakhstan go up into third place there, and Ukraine in fourth. So at the moment, Team Canada in the gold medal position as we go back to Team Ukraine. These are the last round of jumpers. Only 4 athletes remaining now in the competition to decide the medals today. This is Team Ukraine, Roman Bondarchuk. They go in fourth place, so nothing to lose for Bondarchuk. He takes it pretty easy, but gets a clean landing in. It's a full. And that does put pressure on the others because the next 3 athletes down can't really afford any mistakes. So although Team Ukraine were in fourth place there, the fact that Bondarchuk there has got a clean jump in for his as the last team member down, it means that the other 3 also have to keep clean jumps. So the pressure is on. There, the full from Roman Bondarchuk of Ukraine. They're in fourth spot at the moment, but that clean landing puts pressure on the remaining 3 jumpers. So 156.24 is the lead score for Ukraine. Team USA, Bohdan Napolitano, the last man down for their team. They currently sit in second spot. If he can keep this clean, it could mean a medal for his team today. Pressure is on. Double full. He had to fight for that one. A few adjustments being made in the second somersault, but he does indeed get a clean landing in. So it's a clean 3 jumps for Team USA, and that keeps them competitive. Catherine McEnany, Gavin Canzano, and Bohdan Napolitano there, meaning that all 3 jumps in that round from Team USA were clean landings. You could have hoped for slightly better form, I think, in that jump, but it's a good high degree of difficulty with a double full. And he didn't put any hand faults or anything like that down, so that should put Team USA at this stage into the gold medal position. What is the score going to be? It's going to be the score to beat today for the 2 remaining teams. The 5 judges making their deliberations. That is the total, 224.54. For Team USA, they go up into the gold medal position at the moment. That is the score to beat. What will the Canadians do in response? Elliot Beauregard, they only just made it through to the top 4. But once they got into this final, they've jumped very well. The last 2 team members down, Alexandre Montmigny and Elliot Primo, getting their team into the lead after the first 2 rounds. Elliot Beauregard then, the pressure is on. Wow, he gets a double full. It's a massive degree of difficulty for this competition. The same jump that we saw from Azalkan Hassan of Kazakhstan. Elliot Beauregard, he jumped it yesterday in the qualifications. To win the qualifications, he actually ended up in 6th place finally. But that is a big trick. 720 in the first flip, 720 in the second. Makes a little adjustment before landing. He didn't really need to do that. He just pikes the legs down a little too soon. And that meant that he slightly over-rotated the trick. But with that degree of difficulty, that could well knock the Americans off the gold medal position. Let's wait for that result to come through. 224.54. Currently the lead. Points held by Team USA. That is a challenge from the Canadians without question. Team Canada won with a massive double full there from Elliot Beauregard. And that does indeed put them into the gold medal position. 243.04. They knocked the Americans down into second place. And that leaves the last man now in the competition. Dinmuhammad Raimkulov of Kazakhstan. Last year's World Junior Champion. Yesterday's silver medalist. Capable of impressive things, but this is going to need to be good. Currently, the Canadians in the gold medal position. Team USA in second, I should say. Can Kazakhstan split up the 2 North American teams? Let's see. On course now, the last man down in this mixed team aerials competition today. It's the same jump that we saw from Beauregard of Canada, but he goes over the handlebars on the front, gets the double full in, gets pulled over the front on landing, and ends up in a heap at the bottom of the hill. But incredibly technical jumping from him. Check it out. 720 straight off the kicker, and then wraps it up for another 720 in the second somersault. But the weight just a little bit too far over the tips. And over he goes. And that means that Team Canada are the 2026 World Junior Mixed Team Champions. Team USA in second place. A great event on the Aerials Hill today. Remember, the dual mogul team competition still to come today in just over an hour's time. And that is an unfortunate end to the competition from yesterday's silver medalist, Dinmuhammad Raimkulov. He awaits the score, but I think he knows the result. And that is that they will settle for third place today. Ukraine slip out of the top 3, down into fourth place. So Team Canada won, take the gold. USA, the silver. And Kazakhstan, Team 1, the bronze medal. Let's see how Bondarchuk goes for Ukraine. He is the last. I apologize. I thought that the Kazakh athlete was the last man down, but that's not the case. We still, of course, have Roman from Ukraine. And again, it's another double full. I think I'll have to wait for the replay of that one, but he lands it clean, and this actually could throw a change into those final positions. Team Canada still in the gold medal position. They are going to be difficult to beat, but let's see how this goes. As Roman Bondarchuk comes in, let's take a look at what that trick was. Double twist in the first flip, and again in the second flip. There's a bit of a break of form, so the air and form not quite as good as that of Elliot Beauregard, who jumped the same maneuver. And I mistakenly believed that Reimkulov was the last man down. I'd forgotten about Roman Bondarchuk of Ukraine as he comes down, and let's see how this thing stacks up. Don't forget, we've got Team Canada in the lead position of 243.04. I think the Ukrainians are going to upset that order on the podium. They upset it completely. In fact, they go into the gold medal position. Look at that. They knocked the Canadians down into second place. They have not been told the result yet. I saw it on the graphics, so I knew before they do. But in actual fact, it turns out that Team Ukraine win the mixed team aerials competition here in Airolo, sensationally knocking the Canadians down into the silver medal position on the very last jump of the competition. Wow, what a result that was for Team Ukraine. Canadians will, they'll be happy with that second place, I think. USA happy to be on the podium in third, but a delighted Team Ukraine there of Diana Yablonska, Mikita Tarhonsky, and Roman Bondarchuk, the gold medalists and the mixed team aerials champions for 2026 here at the Junior World Championships. Confirmation then we should get of the final scores in a moment for that fine event. Remember, we have got dual mogul team still to come, and there is confirmation. 247.5 points gets it for Team Ukraine. The last man down, winning the day. Team Canada won in second place with 243.04. And Team USA will be pleased, I think, to be on the podium with that bronze medal later today with that 224.54 team total. So exciting, an exciting finish to the mixed team aerials competition here at the Junior World Championships as Team Ukraine take the gold. So that takes us to the halfway point in day 3 of the action here at the Freestyle Ski World Junior Championships for 2026 in Airolo. That concludes the mixed team aerials competition. But remember, we do have dual moguls team still to be run today in just over an hour's time here in Airolo. The bump skiers in action, side by side action in the team competition for them. A new event for moguls, and that will be taking place on that bump site that we're looking at left of camera now in a little over an hour's time here in Airolo. But that was fantastic jumping there in the mixed team aerials competition. My name is Richard Cobbing. Thank you for being with us for this mixed teams aerials event. And hopefully you will be able to rejoin us in just over an hour for the dual moguls team as well. For now, I will say goodbye from Airolo, and we will see you a little bit later for the dual moguls. And we'll finish off with a little trip around the local area of the municipalities of Airolo and Quinto in this beautiful corner of Switzerland. We'll see you a little bit later. Goodbye for now.
Take me to a new place, Take me to a new place,